Hello, everyone. This is Charlie Barley, and yes, I'm back. I'm back to do team play. I'm back not only to do team play, but to completely 100% do it all for you. No, you don't have to download software. No, you don't have to learn anything. The only thing you have to do is show up to sessions, and I guarantee you success. And as a matter of fact, I can guarantee you that we're going to make at least 30% return on your bankroll between 2 and 29 days, maybe a lot sooner than that, because if you join team play, you can join as many sessions as you like and make as much money as you choose. No, you cannot blow your bankroll doing what we do. The reason I decided to do team play is because I decided to let go of doing with mentorship and teaching and training and strategies. I'm done with it. Unfortunately, I see us as being true, authentic gamblers. Now, that doesn't mean we can't make money. It's just unfortunate that the industry has such a lock on people's minds, and it shows. And it took me some time to see that no matter what I taught, it wasn't going to stop people from gambling. And so I decided to set sail and just go ahead and do it on my own. But then I said, hey, if I'm going to do this for myself, why not just play for others? So now what I'm doing now, guys, I'm doing team play, and I know 100% that if I do it, you're going to have success. Because even though I've been offline, I still have users who've been using this process, and no one has ever lost unless they gambled. And when you gamble, gambling, by the way, is a behavior. It's not a demand. It's not a requirement. It's a behavior. It's a very ignorant behavior of miscalculating risk. So you guys got to understand, I come from the professional world, from corporate and from running my own companies, Life Lessons Magazine and a few tech companies. The only way you could be successful in business is if you can calculate risk, if you can identify customers' behavior, and you can wager and or market to them appropriately. It's the exact same thing we're doing in a casino, except it's called gambling. You don't have to gamble. But what's so amazing about Baccarat is that the customers, which we call player, banker, they're right in front of your faces, and they may buy when you wager against them, right? Or wager for them. They may buy, they may not buy. But what makes them buy, or what makes you win, we call that buying or getting a customer. When they win, or like if in a business you win a customer, is your abilities to effectively market to them. And in order to market to them, you've got to study their behavior. What is the behavior? Their patterns. How are they moving when they buy? So player and banker creates patterns. How does those patterns form in order for us to wager for them in order to make a sale and or a win? Well, when you understand that the casino is a sterile market of repeating patterns, it is the best business to be in. But I get it. It's taken me some years to get that most of us are mentally duped into not understanding that. And then most of us have never really ran a business or a corporation or anything like that. So it's just taking me some time to say, hey, you know what, guys, I'm hanging up the hat. I'm no longer trying to teach you guys anything. Let me go and do it for you. So the only thing you have to do is register for team play, and you're going to have me doing it 100% for you, or one of my team captains. But the process is laid down and it's made simple. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is showing you how we manage money. Money management is more important than the strategy itself. I don't care how great the strategy is. If you can't, if your accounting department sucks, you're going to fail, period. And your money management has to marry your strategy, period. It has to be completely locked in to your strategy, right? So again, the way that we look at winning over here is just like winning a customer. We study the behavior. And in this business, the behavior is repetitious. Imagine owning a business and you get a chance to see what your customers are always doing, and they're always repeating the same behavior. Do you not think you won't be successful if you actually thought about that? Well, I'm here to tell you that's the nature of successful businesses. Their abilities to harness, study, and acquire customers by studying their behavior. All right, so let me show you through money management how not only have we studied the behavior, but how you can never blow your bankroll and how you will always have success in this market. Now, right up here, let's just start right up here at the top. where it says minimum bet. This is a really dope spreadsheet. And when you guys join Team Play, I'm going to take whatever bankroll you have. So as long as it's at least $700, you can get away with but again, that to me is like gambling. This is business for me. So if you're here for the gamble of it all, continue to gamble. You don't need anything like this. I guarantee success here, but the only way I can guarantee it is, number one, you follow what I say. Number one, because that's the only way you're going to have access to the system now, is that you have to follow me. All right. And number two, I'm going to take your bankroll and I'm going to tell you what to play. All right. What bets to make, when to make them. All right. You have to completely follow my steps. And if you do that, you're going to earn 30% or more every month. Now, here's the question. 30%? Why not 1,000%? That's the reason why the industry is so successful. So many of us are still trying to earn millions of dollars overnight. That's the reason why the industry is what it is. It's called gambling. They make winning easy so that you can continue to gamble, meaning making choices and decisions with your time and money that have no mathematical merit. Period. So let's just talk about money management and why it's important, and how through money management we're always able to hit at least 30% growth on whatever dollar amount. The only thing you have to do is now, guys, you don't have to download anything. There's no strategies to buy. There's no systems. There's nothing to learn. There's everything to gain, and you get to keep all the money. The only thing I ask is a tip at the end of your earnings, and there is a small fee for a week of play that I'll take. It'd be under $100, but you just pay that, and you could play all week long, okay? And at the end of that week, we just give me a tip. All right, so let's get right into it. Now, isn't that pretty cool? So you get to keep all your money on top of that. I'm going to do all the work, and you get to keep all your money. The only thing I say is give me a nice tip. And I'm not talking about a Burger King tip. If you're going to tip me like you're tipping someone that you just ate a burger, that you're going to take a crap later and shoot it out of your backside, not that kind of a tip, guys. I'm going to change your economic life here. All right, I'm going to show you why. Through money management, why I'm able to do that. And then also I'm going to show you, using our algorithmic software, how our software delineates the risk, how it actually takes those limited variables and creates a very limited way it loses. That's how I'm able to have success. And that's the reason why no one, not a person watching this, there's no one on earth who could defy this logic in mathematics. Okay, none. And it's been validated by a mathematician named Nassim Taleb. Google Ludic Fallacy Casino. Read about that. It's a mathematical equation of limited variables. Now, I know you guys may not understand that. You don't have to. I'm not even going to teach you. So let's just continue to move on, guys. All right, right up here at the top, minimum bet. This software, this spreadsheet is done very, very well. And again, I'm going to take your bankroll and I'm going to adjudicate it according to what your bankroll is, so that you can make at least 30% every 2 to 29 days. But if you play every day, and you could join as many sessions as you want, you probably do 30% a day. I mean, I'm so serious about this. So let me just show you how it works. All right. So this minimum bet here is $12, but it's based off of this bankroll. And I could change this. I could change it to say $2,000. And it's going to change all the formulas. Right here, you see it's 4 weeks earnings. So this is based off of if we play for a month. In a month's time, if we had no games lost, which is what this column is, if we had lost no games, if you had a $2,000 bankroll, you would finish the month at $37,000 for 1,889% growth rate. All right. Net projected earnings. Now, this is based on if we have to add back money. Like if you ever had a business and let's say you had some unforeseen losses, you're going to need a credit line or money to continue to sustain. So let's say you had a storefront and you didn't get the customers that you needed this week. Do you, or should you have enough money to survive next week, or do you only have enough money to be open for just a week at a time? If that's the way that you're running your business, quit the business because you're gambling. That's the reason why I'm here. So many of us are gamblers and gambling, and that's the reason why you never have success. And I see a lot of people, you're running down all these guys who are just gambling. Listen, you could gamble yourself to making a lot of money. There's a guy who made well over $40 million in the casino and he lost it. Why? Because he gambled. You could overcome losses with money, but if you have no risk calculation, you're ultimately gonna lose. So what I do is based in risk management, variable study, pattern study. All right, it's not a gambling situation here. That's the reason why I'm taking it over. And if you guys follow my steps, you will win. Now let me show you through money management how that's gonna work. All right, so here's the bankroll. We'll leave it at $2,000. Right up here, it says maximum daily units, which is 10. And this is the goal right here. This is what this is. I could change that as well. I could change it to 20. And you can see here, the goal changes to 20. I'm just going to put it back at 10. And this says the unit size increase. All right. So right here where it says minimum bets, you see where it says sessions here, and this is week 1. Session 1, week 1, you get 10 units for the day. But again, you could join as many sessions as you want. You can end up doing 30 units in a day. I don't care. Once you become a part of the Team Play team, you pay the little fee for the week. I'm going to make sure you win. That's the reason why I want a tip. I'm going to make sure you win. Okay, so it's not even a question. So you can join as many sessions as you want. But what this minimum increase, this unit size increase is, this is automatically going to increase $10 when our cumulative total is greater than our minimum bankroll requirement. So as long as we have more money than what our minimum bankroll requirement is, this minimum bet will increase on its own. I could change that to say $5. And you see how it changes, right? Okay, so let's put it back at 10. And it says 4-week projection is $37,000 from a $2,000 bankroll. And that's providing we have no losses. But I'm going to interject a bunch of losses in here to show you how we're always able to get at least 30%. All right, so let's come up here. Right here it says max game units 280. So at the end of a 4-week period, we would have played a total of 280 units. All right, so and then right next to it, it says projected losses is 10 losses for every 280 games. Now, if I change the units to, let's say we changed it to 5. So now we're going to have a maximum 140 units that we're going to go after, and our projected loss is 5 games that we would lose. If we play 140 games, our projected losses are 5.3 games, okay? Now, how we got that is because we've done over 35,000 hands, real money hands, of which users earn, even in their first 30 days, over $10,000. And I've had users double their money, so forth, and never lost. No one has lost unless you gambled, unless you became inconsistent, unless you stopped, whatever. That's the only way you could blow what we do. That's the reason why I'm saying I'm going to do it for you, because if you follow exactly what I'm doing, you're not going to lose. But if I put it in most people's hands, not saying that you can't do it, it's just that over the years, I've seen us blow too much money, and it's a shame. All right. So considering that I'm doing this for myself anyway, why not do it for you, right? So here is how we're going to do this. All right, so the projected losses is at 10. So over 35,000 hands, games that we played, we identified 890 games that have what we call the lowest point of risk, which is 3.5. Well, the maximum that I saw was 3.5%, meaning we have a 97.5% win rate, but the maximum loss overall that I saw, the high point was only 3.5%. So that means out of all the games we play, we could expect to lose about 3.5%. In the projected loss total, I put in 3.8. All right. So 280 games. So we're going to be projecting to lose 10.64. And this is an actual over projection, by the way. Every time I do analysis, here's the thing about risk management, guys. What you want to do, you want to determine how you're going to lose. So much we always focus on how we're going to win, how much money we're going to make. That's not the way to adjudicate business. You want to know how you're going to fail more than you're going to want to know how you're going to win. All right. So when you focus on failure, don't focus on the success part. Focus on the failure. Focus on how you're going to fail. That's how you become successful, not focusing on the winning. You know, it's just almost like I used to play baseball. Like if the only thing I'm focused on is just hitting home runs, I'm not going to make it too far. I got to focus on my techniques. What happens when I don't hit the home run? What happens when I foul out? So forth and so on. How will we fail? All right. So with our projected losses, we're showing right here at 10. The projected loss percentage is 3.8, is which I told you about. And that's an over assumption, because honestly, it should be more like 2.8. But I over assumed it at 3.8. And this actual loss will come into effect right here where it says game loss. When we lose a game, I'm going to put a 1 right here. And when I put that 1, the spreadsheet automatically accounts for the loss. And it also accounts for the number of units that we won. So we're going to win 10 units, but we might lose one of those games. Just because you lost a game doesn't mean you don't hit your goal. You just lost a game. All right. So in this case, we still got our 10, but we lost a game. And that put us at a minus $80 for the day, for example. And up here, you can see where it says actual losses. That's 1 loss so far. All right. Now let's go down here where it says projected win leverage. This 26.32, what that is for every loss that we take, which is equal to a minus 15 units. So if your minimum bet is 16 times 15, that's 1 game loss. That's the lowest that you're going to ever lose is minus 15 units. All right. Now, and that minus 15 units, that game, it only occurs 3.8% of the time at a maximum. So the other times that you're going to be playing, you're going to be winning. The other 3.8% of the time when you lose is only going to be a minus 15. When we actually did our numbers, that meant that we had a projected win leverage, which is how many games do we win after we lose on average. We actually win 26 games for every loss. So for every loss that we make, we're projected to win 26. This actual win leverage, the more I plug in game losses, will be more accurate to what our actual winning leverage is. So right now, our projected win leverage is 26.3. Our actual win leverage, because we haven't placed any losses here, is 280 per loss. But we're going to put in some losses. And right here, this also shows us the projected amount of hours for the month that we would have to play to earn $37,000 from a $2,000 bankroll if we only lost 1 game. But I'm going to put in a number of different losses into the system to show you what this looks like, even if we should lose a whole lot more than we project. All right. Now, this projected losses is right at about 11 games for 3.8%. Of course, I'm going to put in more losses than there because our goal is not to even make 37,000. Our goal is to earn 30%. And then once we've earned 30%, let's say if we earn 30%, let's just put that in here. I'm going to put in some losses. Now, remember, guys, our projected winning leverage is 26. So you see where it says 10 units? That's 10. That's 10. So we shouldn't really be losing until around here. Okay. So for every roughly 30 units, we're going to be having losses. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to put in a series of losses that are beyond that. And we're always going to be able to get that 30%. Why? Because for every loss that we have, which is minus 15, we win 26 games for a net increase of 11 units. This is not make-believe. This is not hope. This is not science fiction. This is not anything crazy like that. This is actual data. All right. And this is based off of 35,000 hands. That's the reason why I say I will do it for you. And you get to keep all the money. That's how bad of an ass I am with this. All right. So look. So we got that here, 26%, 26 winning leverage there. So when I plugged in some losses here, let's put that there. right here where it says earning percentage, once this hits 30%, which is where it hit, you can see here by the 6th session, you're at 30. And this is inclusive of having 3 losses. This is a well over projection. 3 losses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 70 games, 3 games. 70 games for 3 losses is the loss percentage is what is that? 10%, 10%, 6%, 5%, 6%, 5%. You can see the loss percentage. What the loss percentage is the percentage of losing games that we've lost. Generally, when this thing is under 6%, when it's green, we're typically, obviously we're in the money, but anytime it's in 5 or less, percentage, you can pretty much assume that we're going to probably be at least 20% or better. All right. But we ended up here at 30% right at day 6. And that's after having lost 3 units. Our projected losses is 10 for 280 games, 80 units. We've already lost 3 at 70, and we're still able to hit 30%. Once we've earned that 30%, that 590, we restart our bankroll and we go for another 2 to 29 days. So that's 590, let's say. And we do it again. This time when we hit this 30% in the same 6th day, that 30% is now worth $811. And this is an over projection of losses. Let's put in another loss. Remember, guys, we have a 26 average leverage. Right now, we haven't even hit, we lost for every 10, we are losing a game for every 10, it looks, right? We still end up at, right here, we're at 22% for a net gain of $500. And we haven't even hit our leverage point because we've been losing a game for every 10 units, we're losing a game. When our actual winning leverage is 26 wins for every loss. We're still gonna be at 22% right here at day 7. So we're gonna take this 570, we're gonna add it to the total, which is gonna put us at 31. We're not even a month in. And we're well over 30% total for the month. The reason why I say 2 to 29 days is just, I'm gonna show you what, we haven't even seen a worst case scenario, but again, when you're doing risk management, you have to err on the side of the worst case scenarios. What's the worst case scenario? All right. So in this case, assuming that this happened, right, we lost almost half of our projected total within just 6 days. Within the 7th day, we're still at 19%. We're at 37% on the 8th day for a total of $1,000. And that's achieving 10 units every session or every day in our process. And the reason why is because we have a 97.5% win rate. Let's plug in more losses. And you could see here, you see how this is all pinked out? When this is in the green, this loss percentage, that's when you know you're at that point of pretty much at least a 20% increase at that point. All right. So anytime anything's green, obviously, you know you're good. This earning percentage. So this just says what our earning percentage is. So at this point, at day 11, we would be at 40%. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses, which is almost 60% of our projected total. And we're not even halfway in the month yet. And we're still at a 21% gain. You guys see what I'm doing here? Let's just put 2 losses for that day. Let's put a loss right here. We still end up at 21% growth, 39% growth by day 14. And this is well over, right now it says actual loss is 8, projected loss is 10. Let's put in a couple more losses. Even if our projected loss, we're at 10 actual losses, our projected losses for the month is only 10.64 or 10 losses, which is again minus 15 per loss. Even if this is the case, we're not even halfway in the month. We're still on track to hit this 30. We're on track to hit this 13, actually on track for 446% growth. And this is actually having hit our actual projected losses in half the time. We're still able to dominate. But you see how this is? This is like you haven't really gotten into the green. Well, you got into the green here. You got into the green here. But you've taken losses here. That's your net totals. But your cumulative, you're still up cumulatively. You're still up. That's the reason why your bankroll is important. All right. But even if we were even if we hit our projected losses in half the month, we would still end up at 446%. Okay. And again, every game that we play, we have a 97.5% chance on winning those. All right. We have a 97.5% chance of winning every game we play. I'm going to do a video, guys, showing you how that looks in terms of the algorithm, how we're able to do that. What the algorithm essentially does, guys, it just delineates the risk. It identifies the lowest point of risk to make a wager. It's like studying consumer behavior. When you could see what the customers are doing, you could better market to them. And if they're repeating the same behavior, you can more effectively market to them. That's the only thing I've been able to do with this process. That's all I've done. Now, what actually makes us money is this unit size increase, $10. You see how it goes up 35, 45, and then it stayed at 45. The reason why it stayed locked at 45 is because the cumulative was not greater than the minimum bankroll. So it's automatically going to keep you right there until you've made enough money to increase it based on the unit size increase. All right, so you guys still don't believe that. Let's just put in some more losses. Put in some more losses. Let's see where we end up at the end of week 4. End of 4 weeks, rather. At the end of 4 weeks, if we ended up with almost double the projected losses, we still end up at an 82% growth rate in a month. Now, for those who actually have money and you really take this serious, I don't know what business you would be able to go into where you could identify the risk and wager or market according. I don't know what that is. Guys, if you know of a business or a stock that can do that, let me know. Let me know, but I don't know of any. If you had a $10,000 bankroll, obviously you can do a lot more. So let me show you what this looks like based on how it actually works. Let's say we lost a game there. This is pretty much what it looks like when we actually do it. And I actually have well over 30. I'm going to do another video showing you our live data that we've captured over the last year doing this. It's just that we haven't been online, okay? This is what it really looks like when we actually play it. Because we don't lose that. We only have a 3.8% chance on losing. So we're not going to be losing, like I just showed you, losing every day like that. It's almost impossible because we actually have a 3.8% chance on every trade. But let's just say it says 8. Let's just put it right at what it normally would be like. And honestly, this is an over projection, by the way. Even this is still an over projection. Let's put in another loss. I don't know. Let's put it right at the top. Because a lot of times when you first start out, you lose right in the beginning. Oh, God, the world's over. Let's start gambling. Let's start pouring into it. No, that's the reason why we're going to do team play. It's the reason why I'm going to call the shot. I can guarantee your success. You just got to follow my instructions now. Lean not unto thy own understanding. That's an old biblical term. All right. So this is really what we look like when we actually do it. All right. And even though this says 4 weeks, you can play as many sessions throughout the day as you want. I'm going to be open from as early as 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Also, guys, if you're interested in being a team play captain, you want to partner with me, I'm looking for partners to help expand what I'm doing. This is a wrap, guys. There is, if you even, I'm willing to bet, I've made these offers before, but no one, and I mean no one, can refute my numbers. Not a single person. The only thing you could do is talk crap online. That's the only thing you could do at this point. But you can't refute my numbers. And I'm willing to bet you that you can't. Anyone. I don't care who you are. Anyone. So if you're interested in partnering with me, I want some team play captains to literally call out the shots. My process in the algorithm is verbatim. It tells you what to do. You don't even have to think about it. The only reason I'm taking it over completely is because when I've placed it in the hands of most users, at the end of the day, gambling takes place. And that's what you can't do. You can't do a minimum bet of 80 right in this session, and just because you had a good run for the first 3 days, you increase your minimum bets by double, all because you're greedy. Like, you can't do that in business. It's the only place where people do that is here at the casino. And that's the reason why the industry makes as much money as they do. They bet on gamblers. Gamblers is what makes this industry what it is. Gambling. So even with a $10,000 bankroll, guys, I'll put in another loss. Hell, let's just put in a couple more losses. Just make it look more dumber than what it is. Actually, you know what? Let's put in another loss. When I'm putting in these losses, guys, remember, we have a 26 winning leverage on average. We're losing a lot. Our rate of losing is a lot worse than that, as you can see here. Look at these games lost compared to the wins. 10, lose, 10, 10, lose, 10, lose, 10, lose. We should be winning at least 26 for every loss. The way that this is average, right now, you can see where it says actual win leverage is 20. Right now, this is saying we're winning on average 20 games for every loss instead of 26. And even though that's the case, with a $10,000 bankroll at the end of 4 weeks, not even 4 weeks, but at the end of this many sessions or 28 sessions, you would have been at $14,000. And we're over our projected losses and we're under our winning leverage. Let's put in a couple more losses. Our winning leverage is now at 18, and we're still on par. We're actually on par to double the money at the end of the month. But look, even here, we are at 21% here. How many of you guys are performing at a 21% level in 9 days every month on anything you've got, any business you have, any stock portfolio? Where is that happening? And can they validate their claims? Can they literally show you where the risks are and how they can be calculated to consistently do it? I can show you this. You know why? Because in the game of Baccarat, there's not going to be a 12th card. It's not going to be a new set of rules that are going to be created or a new set of variables. A deck of cards are not going to, there's not going to be, 5 more cards added to the deck. It's the same thing in repeating fashion. That's the only way I could do it. I can't do this in any other market. I can't even do this in the stock market. I mean, you can do it in the stock market, but it has too much volatility that I can't control or calculate. That's the only reason I haven't even begun to try it in the stock market. But look at this. All of this is in, even though this hits green once it's at 30%, but this white space, this earning percentage, as long as it's not red, we're in the money. Even the white space, 22%, 13%, 5%, 450 dollars in growth. We're at $2,100 in growth just in 9 days. Look, we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games before the 9th day, and we still were able to make $2,100. Now, if you're really a high roller, and I've got some guys who want to do this at this level, You could literally, and with these, and again, this is well, the winning leverage is 18. Our average is 26. We're well under there. We're well above our actual loss projection, which is 15. And even then, you still could ink out $24,000 with a $30,000 bankroll. But let's say if that's what your business budget was, and you just didn't, you would still earn $5,000. But I know a lot of us don't have $30,000. So let's just put it back to, I don't know, say 1,500. All right, even at 1,500, this is still good money. And again, even though this represents 4 weeks, this is just saying per session. You can do as many sessions as available. All right. And the way that we have the algorithm computed is that to get 10 units, because we're playing with 5 algorithms, we're not even playing with just one. We're actually playing with 5 separate algorithms, which is going to make finding those best setups where we have the lowest point of risk so much faster than just looking at one algorithm. Well, listen, guys, didn't want to be this long, but I wanted to show you guys how we manage money, how we use this spreadsheet to pre-calculate or forecast losses, how we can look at loss percentages, how we can look at earning percentages, cumulative net earnings, okay, and how we could pre-estimate what could potentially happen. All right. But even if the worst, let me just show you the worst. I don't, this is not even the worst. This is just something ridiculous I'm just going to put in here. Let's just say, let's put that in there. Let's do it. Let's put some early losses here. This is way beyond. It's not nowhere near. It's nowhere near this. That just made it look better. Hold on. I'm trying to make it look bad. Let's put a loss up here. All right, this is nowhere near what we'd be able to do. This is double the actual losses. This is than our projection. This is less than half of what our actual winning leverage is. And if this should even happen, the only reason this happens is because the whole thing is wrong. The whole algorithm's wrong. So this could never happen. But even if such a thing did, right? Even though this is at 4 weeks, the only thing we'd be doing is waiting for a moment of leverage where we actually do hit our winning leverage. And let's say we hit it here. We actually hit our leverage point here. We're at that 30% right here, guys. We still end up at 30% growth, even though we've had double the amount of losses in our projections, which is already built on an over projection. We still are able to get that 30%. Guys, who's doing 30% growth well, we could do it anywhere between 2 and 29 days, but who's doing 30% growth consistently, even in a month? Who's doing that? Who's doing it? Show me it. Show me it, and then show me their actual numbers. Okay? Numbers never lie. What I'm talking about, guys, is not a hope. It's not a belief. It's not what we think or anything like that. These are actual data and statistics. Data and statistics that we've done. We've done this. Okay? That's the reason why I'm taking it over. And if you want to do team play, the only thing you have to do is just send me an email at permutationspro.com. Leave your name, your contact information, and let me know Eastern Standard Time between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. when you are able to do or play. All right. Right now we're playing on Bet Online, but again, I am looking for team captains. So if you want to partner, this could be a great business for you if you're interested in it. If you want to help me grow this, let me know that, because this could be a really good business. I will let you have your own teams, and I'll let you earn money from the tips that you'll do by being the team play captain. And the only thing you'd have to do was just help me grow the base, help me grow and get this out to a few people. We're not trying to take over the world with it, but we're trying to make as much money as we can before the world turns completely dark. It's getting close. That's one of the reasons why I'm taking the bull by the horn, because we don't have time to gamble our way. Right now, it's late in the evening, and we've got to get to the money. And if that means I take it completely over to ensure our success, so be it. I'm going to do it for myself anyway. Why not do it for you? So if you want to be a part of team play and or be a team play captain, that's a business enter. That's a partnership. If you want to do that, just let me know. Send me an email. But as far as team play, again, you get to keep 100% of your profits. The only thing we ask for is a tip and then a little fee just to keep the lights on throughout the week. And it'll be like $100 starting right now. It'll be something like $100 or under. And you get to play Monday through Saturday for as many sessions as you'd like. All right. And you're going to be completely under the guidance of myself. So you're not going to be, unless you screw it up after I've told you what to do and you continue to screw it up, that's on you. But I'm not going to guide you to screw you. The software, the process has been vetted. So you can't, it won't fail. Now, you can fail by just doing something that I didn't tell you to do. That's the only way you can fail. But if you could actually follow instructions, live instructions as I tell them, I'm going to tell you what you need in terms of a bankroll. So if you have, say you only have $700, we may, let's see, $700. I think that should be, I don't think we'll ever need differential with 7. Yeah, you should be fine. The reason I was thinking that is because our unit size increases at 10, which we could shrink it down to 5, but we'll leave it at 10 with 700. So your starting out will be $6, and it'll go up to 16, and it'll just go up and up. And again, minus 15 is the lowest that you'll even go. So as this increases, the only reason this increases is because your cumulative is increasing. This doesn't increase if your cumulative doesn't increase. You're going to get a copy of this so that you can stay on track. And the only thing you have to do is just join a team play and follow the instructions. All right, guys. Well, listen, I did not mean to be that long. I have a lot more that I'm going to be showing you about why you should be joining team play. If you're not having success, if you're not earning 30% consistently or greater between, a day and 20 days, if you're losing money playing, you need to come and join a team play. Let me do it for you. You don't have to wonder whether or not someone's really thinking about this. You don't have to wonder, did someone take the time out to really analyze this? It's been analyzed up and down. All right. So I'm going to show you a video of our software and how our software works and how through money management, how our software delineates the risks so that we always have that 97.5% win rate. All right, guys. Well, listen, that's been enough for me. Thank you guys so much for listening. Send me an email, permutationspro@gmail.com, and elect to be on the team play. But you got to be serious, guys. Listen, don't do it. Don't join and not do it. Okay. I'm not in it for the little weekly fee. I'm in it so that I can make you money, so that I can make money. All right. But I have to do it for you. All right. So, but just join the sessions so that I can do it for you. Don't have one session today and then come back next week. I want to make you money, and I will make you money, but you have to join the sessions. Hopefully that's not too much to ask. You don't have to download software. You don't have to learn anything. You don't have to know anything about risk management. You don't have to know anything about money management. The only thing you have to do is listen to what I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to guide you to success, guys. It's been enough, man. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm back just for a limited time, though, guys. I'm just looking to build a team, and I'm looking to work for you. And again, you're going to you get to keep all the money. So that's another thing. There's not even the 35%. You get to keep it all. Now, do I want a nice tip? Yes. And, as I grow along, those who tip me well continue to stay on. Those who tip me like I just fed you a burger, you may drop off. That's how that'll work. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Charlie Barley is back for a limited time, but certainly right now. Until the next time, guys, take care.